So I apologize for the noise in advance. The pump is running, but I wanted to do a video about the pool equipment here and how I have the wiring done and timers. This is a Hayward Super Pump PS700 that has a built-in controller. It's variable speed, and I love this controller. You can set this thing to come on at whatever RPM that you like. There's your screen. You can set it up to come on however many hours a day that you want to run it and whatever speeds. And it only draws about, looks like 54 watts on the slow speed, and on high speed about 1202 watts. So it's pretty amazing. One of the pool suppliers counseled me to run the pump at the slowest speed possible that the salt generator will work correctly. And same goes for the heater. So far I've discovered about 1725 RPMs appears to be a pretty good speed. And then there's a few hours a day that I'll run it a little faster to make sure that I get good filtration from the pool. So here is my Frankenstein creation. So you see the electric panel there, and you also see the, I believe it's called Pure Line salt generator. It's a copy of a Hayward Aqua-Rite. It's not the same thing, but it looks just like it and it operates the same way. I'm very satisfied with the way it works. But if you notice, there are also two timers on the wall here. Let me just open one of these up. And of course, this is what it looks like. These are what they call Torque, T-O-R-K, EWZ103 light timers, or whatever kind of timer, whatever you want to use it for. In my case, I've used two of these. One of these goes to the salt generator, and the other one operates the heater, which is right here. It's a Raypak gas heater. The reason that I'm using two of these timers is, first of all, I didn't want to spend $1,300 or $1,400 or $1,500 on a controller to control everything. And being that my pump already has its own built-in controller, I felt like that I would be smart, or smarter, to just put each piece of equipment on its own timer. Well, I found these at Lowe's for 99 bucks a piece, and so I've got $200 in those. And of course, I put each one of them in seal-tight conduit. The bare wire that you see running there is going to be an equipment ground that's going to a ground rod. I just don't have it permanently done yet, so just ignore that. So what you got there is you've got two timers, and I set the time on those to match the time on the pump, of course, and whatever the time of day it is. And then I programmed the salt generator to come on when I want it to, and programmed the heater to come on when I want it to. And obviously, the first set of timers I set was on the pump. I set this pump to run about 3 different times each day, and it's going to run for about 14 hours. And some of that's going to be on extremely low speed, and some of it just medium speed, so that I'm still not spending a fortune on running the pump. Now, with that said, I don't always want the heater on, and I don't always want the salt generator on the entire time that it's running. This salt generator is extremely efficient. In just a day or two, I've already got more chlorine than I need, so I've had to dial it way back. I'm only running it at about 20% at the moment. Each one of these timers will easily control your 220 device or equipment, or 120 volt, either way. And the timer motor on each one of these will run at 120 volts or 240 volts, whichever you have. Since my pump was 220, I've got 220 out here. I just made everything 220. I didn't change anything. That's how pretty much everything was already set up from the factory, so I just left it that way. So it works great. I have no complaints at this time, and being that these two little timers are synced with the pump, I set it to where each piece of equipment will come on 5 minutes after the pump starts and shut off 5 minutes before the pump goes off. So far, it's perfect. Obviously you don't want to run a heater when you don't have water pumping through it. You can damage it, so it's very important that you have that set on a timer to where it does not run unless that pump is on. And of course, I don't leave it on all the time anyway. We're only going to run it, part of the year as it cools down, because I'm in West Virginia. So anyway, with that said, you can get these at Lowe's for 99 bucks on these timers. It'll save you a whole lot of money. It's pretty straightforward wiring, nothing to it. I cannot be more happy with the setup that I've got, and I don't have didn't have to break the bank in order to purchase this stuff. So if you got any questions, just go ahead and leave a comment or send a message. Be happy to answer and help as much as I can.